Hi, I'm Judith Sullivan. This is part of a new series called You Only Have Your Body. Get to know it. What we're going to do today is called the 8-pointed star, and this is a self-help exercise that's really helpful for your digestion. And sometimes digestive issues can actually cause low back pain and headaches and other things like that. So what I'd like to do is to show you how easy it is to do this. It's called the 8-pointed star. So when I do the 8-pointed star, I use this drawing. I have this in my head, and I'm starting at the top, and I move to the umbilicus. Then I go over to the right, over to the waist, to the hip, from the pubic bone to the other hip, to the left waist, the right ribs, left ribs, and then finish with back to the beginning at the solar plexus. Let me show you. So I'm starting at the solar plexus, and I'm slowly moving down to the umbilicus, toward her navel. Then I go to the ribs, and I slide here, feeling what's under my fingers. Coming to the side, I just wiggle my hands back and forth until I feel the division of her waist. I just slide my hands right here, back to the navel, find her hip, take up the looseness, slide to the navel, come back here to the pubic bone. When I get to the pubic bone, you can go more deeply when we're doing the deep part of this exercise, because the sacrum is so far back, and you can just, it's like a scoop, you can really press more deeply. You really push down and you pull up all the way to the pubic bone, all the way to the umbilicus. This is especially important when you're working with men, because this encourages blood flow to the prostate. Now, the prostate is at the end of the line, really. It's at the bottom of all of the organs in the body. And all of the organs that are closer to the lungs are much lighter. There's more circulation. Because the organs that are closer to the end of the line in the pelvis, you're going to find that it's easier for congestion to happen. And when you have congestion, when there is lack of fluid movement, you have stasis. And when you have stasis, it's like a swamp, and things grow in swamps, and we don't want that to happen. Coming to the left hip, you're going to do the same thing that you did on the right side. Same thing with the left waist. Remember to go behind, because your descending colon is actually very posterior. And slide up. From the ribs back to the navel, and the 9th point on the 8-pointed star. And then finish with a clockwise motion, because you have just done a counterclockwise routine. What we just did was working very deeply, but now we're going to work very superficially. So the difference is that your movements are slower. So you're going to slide very slowly, but very superficially. And as you reach the navel, you pause and wait for your partner to breathe. Breathe. So there are different variations that you can do depending on what you need. It's always about what you need.